Hello and happy STAMPtember! This is Yana Smakula, and today I'm super excited to show you one of the new STAMPtember exclusive collaboration sets called Sweet Safari by MFT Stamps. I just adore the cute little critters in this set and the style in which they are illustrated. This is very MFT. I wanted to create a flat one-layer card with a beautiful safari type pattern. I started to work on my card by using narrow tape. This is the Spellbinders Best Ever Craft Tape in a 1/4 inch size, and I taped the edges of my cardstock panel. This is a Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock, by the way, and it is cut to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. My idea is to stamp a pattern onto this background, but have a 1/4 inch border around the pattern. Sometimes I eyeball the placement of the border. Other times I might use a pencil and a ruler and I just draw a line and that tells me where my stamping needs to stop. This time I decided to make it really easy for myself and just tape the edges. Next, I placed the panel inside my mini MISTI stamping tool. I have replaced the black foam pad here with a Waffle flower grip mat, and this allows me to skip using magnets as the grip mat firmly grips and holds the paper in place. I'll still use the magnet and you'll see that in a minute and you'll see why. I'm going to use the images and plan my pattern. Now, I have already played a little bit with these, and you can see that they are stained with black ink. In order to prevent getting any ink onto my panel while I am still planning the pattern, I'm adding a sheet of acetate. This is just the acetate from the stamp packaging. So I'm adding that over my panel, and I will be placing the stamps over the acetate. This way, if I do have any leftover black ink on any of my stamps, the ink is not going to transfer onto the panel, it's just going to sit on the acetate. And here I did add the magnet to the top of my panel to hold the acetate in place. The acetate just sits over the cardstock. It doesn't grip onto the grip mat, so nothing is holding it in place, and I'd rather it was held in place with something, hence the magnet. I'm building my pattern and I'm using not only the images but also the sentiments, and I'm incorporating several messages from this stamp set into my pattern. I'm not going to use every image from this set. I am skipping the line, but I will have some images repeat several times to finish this pattern. And there are several reasons for this repetition. First of all, I did not like the image of the line here. It's very cute, but it just did not work with the other images that I had. And the other reason, a bit more important than that, is color. I pre-planned the colors that I wanted to use for this pattern, and I wanted the colors to repeat. And in order to do that, I needed to repeat some of the images. So I'm repeating the elephant and also the bird. I'm rotating these images to make sure they fit inside the open space that I have left there. I'm stamping images with Memento TUXEDO black ink, as I will be coloring these with Copic markers, and this type of ink is one of the best when it comes to coloring with Copics or other alcohol markers. With the stamping done, I can remove the tape. Now I'm not throwing the tape away. I can reuse it to tape my dies when I do my die cutting in the future. Okay, let's go ahead and add color. I'm doing very simple coloring as I always do, and I will give you a quick walkthrough of all of the colors that I used. Starting with the E37, E33, and E31 to color the trunk of the palm tree. I'm adding shading just to the left and under each section, and I'm softening that out with the E33 and E31. The leaves are colored with YG67, my darkest green, YG17, this is my medium green, and YG03, my lightest green. Now, for many of these images, I went to Pinterest and I typed the name of the image, for example, palm trees, and I also typed cartoon, so palm tree cartoon, to see some cute examples of the coloring. This is very helpful if you are not sure what colors to use or where to shade your images. Next, the elephants were colored using warm gray colors, the W5, W3, and W1, and I also softened the colors using colorless blender. The hippo was colored in the same way, but using cool gray colors, the C5, C3, and C1, and once again, I used the colorless blender. Giraffe was colored with YR15 and Y35 colors, so just 2 colors here, and I also used brown colors for the hooves. The bird was colored using the same yellow-orange markers as I used for the giraffe, the YR15 and Y35, as well as reds in R27, R24, and R22. And these are all of the markers that I used for this card. Oh, I did forget to mention one more. The R20 marker was used to add blush. Now, I wanted to add shading to each image to help ground each image on my panel and also to add additional color. And so I used W5 and YG03 markers to add some grass. Now I added that not only under the critters and the palm tree and the grass, but I also added that under the sentiments, and that worked sort of as a highlighter to the sentiments. I quite like this look. I have never done this before, but having tried it here, I really like the result. Lastly, I adhered this panel to an A2 side folding card base, and I used white Jelly Roll pen to add some white pen details to my images, and that finished my card. So that's a look at the card I have for you, created with the STAMPtember exclusive Sweet Safari stamp set from MFT Stamps. If you make a card inspired by this video, we'd love it if you shared your project online and tagged us on social media. We always enjoy seeing what you make. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.
I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.